everybody, it's Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. So lately I've been spending my time really thinking before I purchase decks and really making sure that the purchases that I make are exactly what I want. Um, and kind of filling holes and gaps in my personal collection. I tend to kind of buy like the same decks over and over and over, just maybe drawn differently or maybe, obviously from different creators, but they all are very much the same in a way. So I've been spending my time just really thinking about my purchases, like I said, and just filling kind of holes in my collection that I've noticed that I have. So, with that said, I'm not purchasing very much. I'm only purchasing here and there. And, I had mentioned in one of my previous videos that I am going to stop purchasing, and I'm still plan on doing that. Um, I'm going to just finish up. Like I said, I've got a couple pre-orders still out there. I'm slowing down my purchasing as of now, and I'm going to kind of concentrate more on working with what I have in my collection as opposed to bringing anything new in for a few months, possibly 6 months. We'll see where I can, what I can do, right? So with that said, I have made a few purchases that actually took a while to get here, which surprised me, but they did. One of the ones is this one that we're talking about today, which is the Rackham Tarot. This is an older deck. This has been out for a while. Everybody has probably seen it, heard about it, all of that stuff. But it's new to me, and it's one of the decks that have been on my list for like a million years. And I just never purchased. And it actually fills a very big hole in my collection because I don't have any decks that are like this. I don't have decks based in like fables or like childhood stories or um I don't even know what else you want to say, like fairy tales, I guess, different things like that. I don't have any decks relating to those whatsoever. They usually don't call to me. I do have a couple oracles that I do feel are very youthful. Um, and they are obviously the ones that I've paired this with today. They kind of suit each other, which is nice. But for the most part in my collection, I tend to have more of mature or like an ageless kind of feel to the decks, if that makes any sense. I don't even know if that makes sense. But a deck like this, I don't really have. So when I brought this in for myself, I was pleasantly surprised. And I like the artwork in this deck because it's not youthful. It's actually very adult looking for the most part. Very nice like sketches, and it's beautiful. The artwork in this is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And you'll see because we're going to get into it and take a look at it. This was a very smart purchase for me because it is not like anything I have in my collection. So it works, right? So let's get in here. Let's check it out and see what's happening in the Rackham Tarot. So it's a low Scarabeo, and it's that very typical cardstock that they have. Comes with a little book in several different languages. It's got a title card, which I always keep these because I like protecting the fronts and backs of my decks, especially when I'm putting them into deck boxes. So we've got your two little title cards. Now, I have worked with this deck. This deck has been here for, I'm going to say, at least a week now, if not longer. And I've been working with it besides my June deck, which my June deck picks were the Begin Oracle with the She-Wolf Tarot. So those are my two June decks that I'm working with very heavily throughout the month. But I still wanted to see what this one was all about, so I spent some time with this one. Really like its readings. The artwork is stunning. I can't get over how much depth there is in these images. And the funny thing is when you look at them, they feel like I was trying to figure out and I couldn't find words to really express it. But I feel like it's almost like it's been painted on on ceramic or painted on like I don't know what his actual media was that he used, but it looks there's something porcelain looking to these pictures, if that makes any sense. They have layers. They're layered. There's so much depth in them. They're absolutely stunning. This one in particular really has that effect. And like I said, like it just looks like porcelain. It's amazing. Um, Very easy, straightforward. You know, you've got your helmet, your crown, your different stuff at the top, you know, your numbers for your minors. You have all that stuff at the top, and then you have what suited is down at the bottom. Awesome. Love it. And like just absolutely gorgeous. The backs, beautiful. Reversible, obviously, which is super cool. Um, They're all right. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but like I don't hate them. I like them. I don't know. They're a little I don't know. There's something about it that I'm kind of like, eh. But like I said, we don't really care about the backs half the time, right? We're looking at this. And this is really quite amazing. Gorgeous artwork. I feel like very earthy tones, right? Um, Obviously fairy tale-esque. You've got mermaids, you've got, you know, damsels in distress and, you know, knights and angels and little bat-like demon things. And it's amazing. Once again, I'm kind of sad that I waited as long as I did to bring this in for myself, but it's here now. And that's all that matters, right? Really enjoying my readings with it. Honestly, this card is awesome. I love it with the witches all flying on the brooms fast and like the cats like rocketing, like flying too. I love it. It's so funny. It's a great card. The artwork is just phenomenal. And the funny thing is it actually kind of brings me back because as a kid, I had a series of books that had very similar artwork. So a lot of it might even be his exact artwork. I don't even know. I would have to go and see if I could find them at my mom's house. But very reminiscent to me as of books like that I read when I was a child. And yeah, like I love them. I had like a mermaid, a Little Mermaid book, but like the original story of Little Mermaid, not Disney's version. And all the women, all the mermaids had, you know, no tops on, right? So you could see their boobs. And my mom went with like a marker and drew like little hearts over each of their, you know, nipple area to cover in the those areas. And so all my mermaids had marker like stick-ons covering their breasts, and it was so funny. It made me laugh. But the artwork was very much like this. So it makes me wonder. And like this right here, like I feel like you would see this on like an old plate or like you know when they used to have those ceramic, I don't even know what you call them, but they were like you would hang them on your walls and it was like a picture, but they were round and ceramic and these were like printed on them and like enameled over, right? It totally 100% reminds me of that. So great deck. I'm sad, like I said, I'm sad I waited so long because it's quite a phenomenal piece of work. I am trying to I'm trying to collect all of the decks that were like this, right? So you've got like what the Edward DeWalt, or is it Delac? Sorry, not DeWalt, Delac. You know, I've got the Arthur Rackham now. There's a couple different ones. There's some women like that right there. That has that same feel. Beautiful, absolutely stunning artwork. So like I was saying, there was a group of them, and I don't know if it talks about it in here, if I read it online. But you have like that, yeah, see, like you have Walter Crane, Edmund Dulac, Audrey Beardsley, Kate Nelson or Nielsen, however you want to say that, and then obviously Arthur Rackham, right? And I'm going to slowly try to work towards all of these decks and see if I can collect them. I know the Aubrey Beardsley. I know that one is out of print and it's really hard to find. I don't know if Kay Nielsen did one or not. I have to spend time and like research this and see what I can find on them. We know the Edmund, I said Edward, sorry, Edmund Dulac, however you want to say it. He has a deck that you can get from the same, like Los Garbeos. And I think Walter Crane does too, if I remember correctly. So eventually going to be working towards getting those. Um, but yeah, so let's get in here. Let's see what I found to pair them with. And like I said, it was really hard in my collection because I just don't have this style, right? So I picked the decks that I had that worked the best with them, the oracles that I had. Some of them, like I said, are more of my youthful feeling decks. So only the few that I have. So I'm going to see. Hopefully they look good. I kind of test around a couple of them, but most of them were just intuitive grabs. I just felt like they made sense, right? So let's get in here and check it out. All right, so the first one that I was drawn, let me just move this all down a little bit here. Okay, so the first deck that I was immediately drawn to, and I was like, okay, this is going to work, is the Woodland Wardens. I always say Warrens, Wardens. I'll give them a quick little shuffle here. Whoop. All right, let's see what we've got here. I really like these ones together. I feel they match amazing. See, like, look how perfect that is. Your off-whites, your creams, everything's very, very similar. I feel out of all of the matches or pairings, I should say, that I found, this one is the best one. But one of the other ones is pretty good too. But I feel like this works really good. And it's beautiful. So we've got the Five of Cups, the Hanged Man, and our oracle in the middle is the Butterfly and Snowdrop, which is Hope. Backs, I mean, they're all right. It's okay. This is obviously a lot of cooler tones. I mean, this is a lot of warmer tones, but it's okay. I don't hate it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't have a problem with it. But yeah, see, they look phenomenal together. Very, very similar color palettes. I don't feel there's a whole heck of a lot of animals in. I mean, there's fish, I guess. Like there's a mermaid sitting on a fish. So I guess like, yeah. But there's not a whole heck of a lot of animal energy. So I felt like bringing in that animal energy works pretty good. But yeah, so we've got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, that's Knight. It's the helmet is the page. Okay, so the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Swords, and in the middle we've got the Skunk and Magnolia, which is protection. We've got the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and the Oracle is Cat and Lavender, Independency. I like those ones together. They look really good. Oh, look at this. This is a really nice combination. I like the dark colors. They accent the other dark colors. It's great. All right, so we've got 7 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Wands. And then we've got the Snake and the Fern starting over. Wow. Yep. That's quite a message. The only thing that sucks is my Woodland Wardens has a really bad bow in it. So sorry about that. I've tried to get it out. I can't get it out. It's meant to be bowed, apparently. Oh, that's very beautiful together. So yeah, see, the page has the helmets. So we've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Bat and the Hellbore, which is intuition. I love Hellbore. I have a big mama plant, and she had a bunch of little babies, so I've moved the little babies out. So I've got 3 plants in total right now, and I've had the plant for many, many years. Every time we moved, I dig it up and I bring it with me because I freaking love it. So it always comes with me, and I love it. They're good plants. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands, Justice, with the Sheep and Blackberry Devotion. That's really neat. This is a crazy picture. I mean, they both are. I love it. I think they work really, really good together. This has kind of got that like medieval tapestry look to it. So I think that's why it works so good with the Rackham. All right. The 10 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Trout and Lily of the Valley, which is purification. Wow. That is quite a message. And I like how like the red, like that light salmony color on the trout is being picked up in the flames from this like dragon. And then like the red colored eyes of the wolves. It's probably hard to pick up on the camera, but it's really cool. All right, the 10 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Badger and Ginkgo healing wounds. It's a really good message as well, too. Yeah, I like these a lot together. Like I said, I think this is my best combination that I have out of my collection. One more, and then we'll move on. So we've got the the King of Wands, the King of Swords, the Dragonfly and Pansy, which is balance. Wow, that is quite a message as well, too. Amazing. All right, I really like these ones together. All right, let's put them into a little reading, and let's see what they're saying. Remember, nothing in particular, just looking at how they work together. I feel because they're very similar in size, I'm going to pull one and put them on each card. So I'm going to do 6. So 3 and 3. Yeah, I like them together. They look good. And they look really good. So we've got the 2 of Cups with the Beaver and the Birch, which is home. We've got the 2 of Pentacles with the Duck and Chrysanthemum, which is luck. And then we've got the Emperor with the Lizard and Pitcher Plant, which is stagnation. Very interesting. I like that combination. I think they work really well together. I think they look great together. I don't know if I would use them quite in this combination. Like maybe just like one. I want to see what that looks like. Like maybe do kind of something like this. Look at me, I'm like all over the place. All right, yeah. Oh, look at that. So that was a very strong message that wanted to come through, was the beaver. The beaver and the birch home. I hate that they bow. Drives me up the wall. This looks really nice together. And I like how it all flows, and then it gives you, a little bit of a direction here with the reading pertaining to what this is, talking about. Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. I like how it looks like the beaver is like looking up at the fish, which are like swirling through this card, right? Like I feel like it's very much connecting to this card. Yeah, I like it. It's really good. I have a hard time sometimes with the woodland warrens. I feel like it's the same thing everything says. Like the borders were too big, the artwork should have been bigger, and the font is way too small. And whatever this bow is that I've got going on in mine, I don't know if other people are experiencing it, but it seems like a lot. And like, look at, like it doesn't sit together. It stays like this. Like, it's so weird. I don't know. It's a strange deck. But I do love it. I love its artwork. I love its energy. I just feel like production wise, there was just a few things that should have been addressed and just done better. But I still do love it. It's great oracle. Okay, so now I went and I put it with Seasons of the Witch. I have the Yule and the Samhain. I have a hard time using these. I've already kind of talked about it in other videos that I have, but I just wish, instead of these weird little poems, the poems are awesome, but they should have been kept in the book, and it should have been keywords here. It would have made the deck so much more useful, in my opinion. So this is either you're going to like it or you don't like it. I like it. Am I going to go to it all the time? Probably not. But I do like the colors together. Let's get fresh cards up top here. I do like the combination of the colors together. I feel they work. The energy's pretty good. Let me straighten up here a little bit. Sorry, I get crooked. The energy's not too bad between them. I feel like it works for the most part. But yeah, so we've got the Queen of Swords, the Page of Wands with Graveyard. And if there was keywords, I'd give you the keywords, but I'm not reading all the poems, sorry. Backs, they're all right. It works. Not too bad. It's not awesome, but it's not horrible either, right? It's workable. All right, we've got the One or Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles and Greet the Darkness. And I do love the artwork on the Season of the Witches, all of them. I think the artwork is phenomenal. Like I said, I just wish they put keywords down here and just made them more user friendly and more usable. I don't like being bound to a book to get like my answers, right? Obviously, I can do an intuitive pull on this, but I do like seeing those keywords, and it just helps my, when I'm doing readings and stuff, it just helps that flow in the reading happen, right? Because maybe I might be lost on my words, or I can't find the exact word I want, and then I look at the keyword and then it jumps out at me and I'm like, perfect, that's the word I was trying to find in my vocabulary, and I couldn't, right? So that's where I'm at. Like, I just find like it makes them really limited and it makes you really stuck to the book. And I don't like being stuck to books. All right, we got the Ace of Pentacles. We've got the King of Cups. And we've got Candle Magic. Okay, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Wands, and Broom. I think they flow really nice together. Oh yeah, look at this. This is good. So we've got the Devil, we've got the Nine of Cups, and we've got Mischief. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, the One or Ace of Swords, and the Underworld. That looks really good together. I do like the artwork. I feel like it just, I think it works. It works nice. One more and then we'll switch to Yule. And there we go. We've got the Nine of Swords, the Three of Cups, and Elements. And I like how these kind of have a little bit of brighter colors, like in this blanket, her shoes, stuff like that. And then in here, we've got like the roses and the fruit up here. And then we have a little bit of more color into here as well, too. So yeah, they look pretty good together. I do like the Samhain Oracle with it. Excuse my reach. Okay, let's look at the Yule. And I do have kind of a problem finding partners for Seasons of the Witches in my collection because, like I said, it's very youthful-esque energy to me. And I don't have a lot that goes with the artwork, I guess. Okay, let's give it fresh cards. All right, so we've got Judgment, the Tower, and the Unknown. That works really well together. Facts. They're fine. Not the greatest, but not the worst, right? So we've got the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Cold Moon. Let's see, these colors look really nice together. Very similar color palettes, right? So we've got the Emperor, the Ten of Cups, and Mother Mary. And we got the High Priestess, the Two of Coins, and Gatherings. Okay, and we've got the Four of Wands, Death, and Gratitude. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Look at this, see, and this is why I think they work. Look at all the reds and the bright, like warm colors in this picture. We've got the same in his cape and the fringes over the horse's eyes and kind of everything going on there. And then we've got this beautiful red happening in the card with the cardinals. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and Cardinal Medicine. That's beautiful. We've got the King of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and Family. Yeah, I like them together. I would use these together. I feel like I would definitely use these together. Okay, so we've got the One or Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups, and Offerings. Very similar, once again, in all of the coloring. Awesome. All right, I like it. Okay, let's put them into a little spread together. Let's see what they have to say. Okay, nothing in particular. Or so I guess maybe it feels we are. Okay, nothing in particular. Good cardstock, smaller cards, but like your traditional size, easy to shuffle, nice finish. It's good. It's your common like Los Garbeos cardstock. Very flexible, easy to shuffle. You can ruffle this. You can do anything you want with it. It's great. All right. Okay, I'm gonna use the Yule because I have this one out right now, and then we'll switch back and I'll do a quick one with the Samhain. All right, look at that. That's so pretty. I like them together very much. And like I said, I was having a hard time finding partners for the Seasons of the Witch in my collection. I think this looks really good. Look at how beautiful that is. All right, so we've got the Ace of Swords, the Devil, the Nine of Cups, and Star. Follow the stars, for they know best. Not too light, not too dark, a shimmer of what is coming next. That's beautiful. I like that. That's nice. All right, let's go and grab the Samhain. No, no, we want different cards. We want different cards. Ooh, two came out. All right, I'm going to go with my top one because that was the one that showed. All right, we're going to go with the top one. Let me move everything down. All right, so we've got the Sun, the Nine of Wands, and the Five of Swords with voices. With a tug at the gut, feel them romance your very breath. Listen to the gentle flickering within your eyes, for this is where they guide. I do like how the oranges and this lady's like cloak is kind of picking up with these ladies' dresses. Same with the color of this gentleman's jacket. I think they're beautiful together. I think they work really well together. I like seasons with it, both of them. So I've got three more. This is going to be kind of a longer video, sorry. Now, this one I feel like, I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's just I want it to work or if it actually does work. And that is with Roots and Wings. And the reason why I say I'm not so sure is because Roots and Wings has a very, like it depicts modern imagery, whereas this is so, Renaissance-y, medieval, like, fairy tale. And I don't know if the Roots and Wings can jive with that. Because it's very abstract. The Roots and Wings has almost kind of an abstract flair to it in a way, I guess you would say. And I don't even know if that's the right word that I'm looking for, but it's a very, very different art styles. My light's a little bright up here. I'm sorry. Let me turn it down. Let's see if I can cut that glare. There we go. Much better, right? All right. So I feel like this might be a little white, like too much white, and these are very cream colored, very earthy feeling cards. So the white in this might be too white, but we'll see. We'll flip through and we'll see what they're saying. So we've got the Five of Swords, we've got the Ace of Wands, and Dreamer. Axe, they don't match at all. I have a really hard time matching the backs of Roots and Wings. Oops, look at that. I grabbed two cards. Let me put one back. So we had that one. Let's put that back. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm like, what's with these double card pull-ins? I don't know. They're like sticking together. See, this looks really nice together to me. So we've got the Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, and Wisdom. Yeah, that's a good message. That works for me. And we've got the Garden Spread in the middle, sorry. And we've got another double grab. Very strange, but we'll correct that all. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We're just flipping through to see. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and we've got Manifestation. That is a crazy. I like it. And I like, see like how these are all like the dots up here, and it's almost like the same as in the tree. Yeah, I like it. I might have been wrong. Maybe it's gonna work. See, once again, I like this as well too. So we got the Four of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Moon. Very similar color palettes. I like it. I like these look beautiful together. The last ones did too. Okay, we've got Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles, and Direction. I like that message as well too. Okay, we've got Strength, the Four of Cups, and Hope. I like it. It looks good. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and Journey. So this is kind of a little, but I don't know. They're like tenting, but like there's like a little village all back here where the roof shapes are all very similar. So maybe it's going to work, right? And I feel like the tent is very much the color of his cloak. But do you see how I say like it's more of like a modern imagery, a pair like as a the Rackham is very medieval or like fairy-esque, fairy tale-esque, right? And seeing this is where it might not work. The Two of Cups with the Hermit and Joy. It's a little weird for me. I feel like the colors are kind of like in here, like right, the colors that are around in this image is picking up in these fish. And it is kind of in his like sash and in his coat. So the Two of Cups, like a Hermit and Joy. That's, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because see, it was really working for me, but now we're getting a little too modern maybe, right? I don't know. I think this is really just going to come down to like your tastes. So the Emperor, the Queen of Cups, and Earth Mother. I feel the messages are there, right? Like that's a good message. But see, like to me, this works. We've got the Two of Pentacles, Temperance, and Held. And like to me, this is kind of working. I like this together, but the last cards, like Joy and Mother Earth, or Earth Mother, sorry, those are a little, I don't know if they'll work. Okay, we've got the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and Crafty. One more, and then we're going to put them into a spread because that's how we're going to know if they're really going to work. All right, so we've got Perseverance with Three of Coins and the High Priestess. Those look really good together. And I like how she's like looking down at him and like almost like thinking, right? Like I don't know. I that's what I kind of picked up. But let's see them all together. Let's see this in a spread. Because that's how you really know. I mean, we could sit there and flip them together like that all day, but you want to know if they really work, you need to do a layout with them. So once again, these are very similar to the same size. So I could do like lay 3 and then lay 3. We could do that, but I'm not really feeling that today. So we're going to just do the oracles as kind of like a guide. I mean, you can even, if you wanted to, put another one down over here. I kind of like it, right? Roots and Wings is such a beautiful deck, I swear. All right, we've got the Page of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and Judgment. And then we've got our oracles is the Worker and Kindreds. Very interesting message. And I'm very drawn to how like there's like rays of light coming from here, and then we've got the sun with the rays of light. Yeah, like I feel like it's all working really good. I think I like the roots and wings with it. I think I do. I'm gonna have to definitely use them together and see. But from what I'm seeing now, a majority of the cards will work, but some of them may not, right? But I feel like a majority of them, like something like this might not work so well, right? Because it's a little too abstract. But I feel like a majority of this deck will work. I feel there'll only be maybe a few cards that'll be a little weird. And like something like this maybe won't work. But see, but like this to me works. And they're very much alike. So I don't know. It's obviously going to be an acquired taste, right? But I do like this reading right here, like looking at it like this, judging from this, I do like it. All right, let's see the next pairing here. All right. So the next one I had in my collection, behave. I'm like trying to jump. All right, the next one I have in my collection is that I thought worked really good with it. And we're going to save one of the better ones for last. So I started really strong and I'm going to end really strong. And the middle ones, I feel like they're very acquired taste. Other than the Seasons of the Witch did look really good with it, right? So with that being said, let's check out the Literary Witches Oracle with it. This, once again, I feel is kind of going to be an acquired taste. You're either going to be like, yep, I like it, or no, I don't. I have a hard time. And the funny thing is like I've said this, and this is how I know I'm purchasing very wisely. Because Literary Witches, I have a really hard time pairing it with things in my collection. Roots and Wings, no. Roots and Wings goes with like so much stuff. Woodland Warrens, I kind of have a hard time finding its partners in my collection, and both of the Seasons of the Witches as well. So that's when you know that you're making good purchases because you're filling the gaps, right? And that's what I was trying to do. I'm trying to fill the gaps in my collection and find things that go with the things that I can't find anything to go with, right? Once again, I've got this weird random bow going in my deck, but at least it's like an even bow where Woodland Wardens was side to side. This is like, this is a workable bow. All right, let's see how we feel. I don't know. I won't put my opinion in. Let's flip through a couple cards. All right, we've got the Empress with the 10 of Swords, and we've got Identity. Facts. They work. So Literary Witches is another one of these decks where they use the space very well for the imagery, and the borders are not too big, which is awesome. But like, I feel like, once again, they could have did a little bit bigger in those keywords, right? Like, those keywords are so tiny. And I feel like you could have just maybe brought that bar up a little bit and made these fonts a little bit bigger. But like, that's just, once again, my opinion, right? Nine of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Future. I do like the colors together. I think the colors look fantastic together. But once again, this is kind of more of a modern time, like exists in more of a modern time, where this obviously exists more in a medieval Renaissance fairy tale-ish time. So I don't know if we're going to get the good blending here, but I feel like it is. I feel like it's working. So 10 of Wands, 9 of Cups, and the Body. Yeah, that's a good message right there. And like, they look like they're looking good. Okay, the Ace of Cups, or sorry, 8 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and family. Similar color palettes, definitely. Seven of Wands, 2 of Swords, and we've got Justice. I like them together. I do. I like them. Page of Cups, the Moon, and Community. Yeah, I like them. They look good together. All right, Judgment, 6 of Cups with Bravery. And I like how she's like looking forward. I like that looks nice together too, right? All right, we've got the Knight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Subconscious. Yeah, I like them. They work for me. All right, let's get into the other half. So sometimes I use the literary witches all together, and then sometimes I keep them very much apart. And I keep like the Lenormand part on its own, right? Me. Toad wants to come out. Oops, and we've got the boar. They're jumpers. All right. And see, the colors are going to look good. I like the colors. I like the simplicity of just like this Lenormand, right? With the one image in the middle. Nice clear titles. Let's give it fresh cards. All right, we've got the 3 of Cups, the King of Wands, and Hedgehog. And obviously in the Lenormand, you have to know, you know, what they stand for, or just intuitively, that intuitive feel from them, right? Okay, Queen of Wands, 4 of Cups, and I do like them with the Lenormand style. Very much. 4 of Wands, Strength, and Volcano. That's really cool because, like, you know how volcanoes are, right? Where they're really quiet, they seem inactive, they're kind of bubbling under the ground, and then they start slowly building pressure and pressure and pressure and then explode, right? And it's kind of like that quiet strength where it's very quiet, it's kind of in the background, it's slowly building, right? So I feel like they're working. I feel like this works very well. All right, we've got Temperance and the Queen of Swords with Lantern. Oops, sliding all funny here. Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and Cauldron. Yeah, I like them with the Lenormand cards too. I'm getting intuitive hits very fast. It's working for me. Five of Cups, Knight of Cups, and Lion. Yeah, I like it. All right, let's see it in a spread. I'm going to do them separate. I'll do the pictured ones, and then we'll do the Lenormand style after. Okay, not asking anything in particular. Just want to see what they look like. How am I going to lay these out? Okay, we'll take you out. You want to come out. All right, we'll take you out. And I'm going to change my style here. We are going to do, I'm going to move this around. With eel. All right, I don't necessarily care for this layout so much, but we can see both of them working together with it. So we've got, I'm going to arrange this. I'm not feeling this layout. Okay, I want to just put them into a line. All right, so this is how I'm very drawn for them to be. So this is how we're going to put it. It's important. They need to visually look good to you. It needs to be very, you need to have that connection, right? So if it doesn't look good, organize them until they do. Just remember your order of these cards so you don't get them messed up. But so we've got love going into the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and then eel. And I like how this goes because we've got like our darker cards here together. These are very much a similar color. And then this one is kind of the world of both of these together. So I find it flows very nice, dark to light, right? I like it. I like them together. Now seeing them in a spread like this, I really like them. They work for me. All right, so I've got some good picks going here. I like that. And we're going to look at our last but not least. And this, at this moment in time, was the it's the most cutesy, like cute deck that I have. But anybody who owns this oracle knows that don't judge the book by its cover. It might seem all cutesy and furry and adorable, but it delivers some pretty strong messages and some messages that really make you pause for a minute and go, whoa. And that is, if I can get it, Into the Lonely Woods. And I've talked about it in my videos before. This has come in a couple times now. There's something about this deck that it surprised me. I wasn't expecting for it to be what it was. I wasn't expecting for the book to have so much, like witchcraft-based lingo in it, which, don't get me wrong, loved. I'm all down for that. I just wasn't expecting it. When you look at the deck, if you wouldn't think that that's what's going to come forward, but it is, and it's amazing. So there we go. Look at that. I'm already liking it. I'm already liking all the blues. All right. We've got our Justice. We've got our Six of Wands. And we got Find Your Night Self. That is crazy cool. All right. Backs. Look good. I think they're the best looking backs we've had so far. Really like these backs together. All right, we got the Chariot. We've got the Five of Wands and the Communion of Tender Souls. Wow, that is a very different message. All right, so we've got the World, Two of Wands, and From the Below to the Above. Beautiful. They look really nice together. Nine of Swords, the Magician, and Honor Your Holy Days. Interesting. I don't know how we feeling about it. I think it's working. I do. I think it works. Hangman with the Star and the Littlest Blessings. Sorry, the Littlest Blessing. Yep, I like the messages that are coming through. Definitely like the messages that are coming through. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and Hope is like a hummingbird. Very interesting. Ten of Cups, the Hermit, and You're a Little Island. Oh, I like that. And they're both facing like this way, right? Interesting. Okay, and we've got the High Priestess, the Two of Cups, and Death moves among us. Wow. All right, one more, and then we're going to see it working together. So we've got the Death, the Queen of Cups, and Into Your Arms. Yep. All right, let's see them working together. See what's happening. Once again, Into the Lonely Woods is kind of one of those oracles that you need to kind of keep the guidebook handy. If you want to have a little bit more guidance and don't want to be, using your intuition, you kind of want those keywords that go with it. All right. So I'm going to do this opposite where I feel like I'm going to. These probably need to be shuffled. Good, I haven't used them in a while. Okay, let's pick our top card here. All right, what did we lose? All right, what did we lose? Once again, not asking anything in particular. Oh, but it's going to tell us something here. The star. Oh, did we lose our hope? I hope not. All right. All right, look at that. I like it. So what did we lose? What are we thinking about? What did we lose? We have the Lovers, we have the Sun, we have the Emperor, which is a very interesting because they're all major arcanas, right? I like it. I feel this. This is like I'm liking it. Uh, Honestly, I've liked all of my pairs. When I first started out, I wasn't so sure, right? Like there were some of them where I was like, I don't know, this is maybe not going to work. But now I'm like, I like every single one of them. I would use all of the ones that I shared today. I would definitely use all these combinations. But this is really, I really like this. But I think if I was going to say like my favorite one, I think my favorite, I don't know. Um, I really like the literary witches with it, with like the Lenormand style alongside of it. I really like that. The Woodland Warrens looked amazing, right? So I don't really know. I don't think I can pick a favorite because I think they're all quite wonderful. Into the Lonely Woods is really good with it too, right? So, oh, look at that. What's coming out? Yeah, look at it's happy. Celebration, Three of Cups. Oh, they're so funny, these deck. This deck is very reactive. I like it. It's always jumping. It's got a lot of stuff to say. So yeah, the Rackham, definitely enjoying it in my collection. The imagery is amazing. I'm really feeling it. Um, I know some people have a hard time with the majors not having a title. I'm surprised that they didn't put the title, but maybe they didn't want to do that. You got two numbers up and down, and I'm surprised that, like, if you're going to do that, you would think that if you reverse the card, if you read reversals, that one of these would be the opposite way. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's interesting that they picked, like, you would think that they would have maybe put the titles with these, but they didn't, and that's okay. It'll make you learn your Roman numerology and your major arcana association to their numbers, which, it's an exercise. When I first got this deck, I was like, "Oh man," because I'm so used to just seeing the titles, right? Then I had to start really like thinking, "Okay, what card is this? This is the Hermit." Like what card is, I don't even know if I can find another one. Of course not. You know what I mean. Obviously, none want to show right now, but it makes you work a little bit, but that's okay. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's good to do that because sometimes, you have to practice. You have to stay current and moving with it or you forget, right? So it's a good way to just to exercise that and to keep that nice and sharp for yourself. But yeah, so that is the Rackham Tarot. And like I said, this is new to my collection. I've already said this at the beginning of the video, but I'm being very specific about my purchases at this point. Which is then I'm going to go down to no purchases. Um, I'm kind of aiming for, I'm hoping to kind of maybe start implementing that within the next month or two is where I'm going with it. I'm bringing in a bunch of, my purchases for my shop for Soot and Salt. If you haven't checked out Soot and Salt, check it out. You can see it on Instagram. I've got a lovely web page. There's a bunch of stuff on there for sale. It's a great little website. And then obviously, like I said, my brick and mortar location is Indigo Moon. That's where I run all of I teach Reiki, give Reiki, we do readings, we do a bunch of different stuff here. So it's, you know, that's that. But I'm doing a little bit more purchasing for Soot Salt, the online store, and then I'm going to kind of not do any purchases for a little bit and just work with what I have. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do at least do the summer like that. And just because I'm trying to get out of this like materialistic, like going after, you know, like the consumerism, right? Like the constant purchasing, the constant bringing in new, and not getting to know what I have. Because I feel like that's a trap that's really easy to fall into, where we're just like always buying new, and not connecting very deeply and strongly with the decks that we already have. And they kind of get put onto a shelf, and then the next new one comes in, and then it gets put on a shelf, and then the next new one comes in. So I'm trying to kind of break that cycle in my own life. So that's what I'm kind of aiming for. So there'll be a few more of these unboxings and different things like that as I make, you know, less and less purchases. But then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with my channel from that point. Sorry. And that was my phone. It was really loud. Um, and what I'm going to do from that point, right? So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. This is the Rackham Tarot. Filled a huge hole in my personal collection. Great, smart purchase on my behalf. And like I said, it was on my list for a really long time. It's been on my list for years, and I just never purchased it. So really happy that I did. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, thumbs up, all that awesome stuff, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.